It's Dicey Dungeons, featuring the Witch! Hey everyone, I'm hashtag blessed to be going on this amazing adventure with you. Don't forget to subscribe for updates. Okay, let's see what the Witch does. Let's actually pay attention to the dialogue as well. Lady Luck, it's time to meet our final contestant, an aspiring vlogger who's cast a spell over us all. Here she is, the social media medium, ready to enter the dungeons as the Witch. Oh my god, I'm really a dice. Is this a new chat filter? And Lady Luck, I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. Can I get a selfie? There'll be plenty of time for that later, my little flatterer. Now, what has lured you to my realm of mystery? Honestly, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm super excited to go wherever fate takes me. You know that if you don't ask for something specific, you won't get a prize, even if you win. Oh! In that case, how about 10 million followers? Real ones too, not bots this time. That's more like it. Now let's play. The Witch. Spellbook. Spell slot. Your prepared spells will be ready to use at the beginning of battle. Spellbook. Spells in the spellbook can be prepared during battle by playing dice corresponding to the spell on the spellbook. Mouse over to preview. Preview upgrade. Why is this not just an option all the time? To have a preview upgrade toggle. Okay, so we have, instead of equipment, spells, and then we have a playing field that we can play spells onto. Gotcha. Let's get Space Marine. He's relatively straightforward. Ho ho! Place dice anywhere in the spellbook to create equipment. So we can create a new cauldron, and the cauldron does 1 damage and we get a new dice. So, oh, and you also have an ability to throw dice for 1 damage per dice. Interesting. So we're gonna re-roll the 4 and the 4, and we can get another cauldron. We'll re-roll the 6, we get another cauldron. So we have 4 cauldrons, we can do 4 damage turn. Lovely. It seems like we're doing damage very slowly. Two. Let's use a spell and then see what affliction does. Do 3 damage. Oh, I mean, that actually seems pretty decent. So let's re-roll the 2 because it does 1 damage. Then we'll re-roll the 1, and then we'll re-roll the 5, and then we'll do damage and throw dice for 1. Maybe we should have saved one of the 2s, because every cauldron makes every other cauldron better until you get a 1. Because, like, wow, 3 6s. You re-roll it, you re-roll it, you re-roll it. Wow, all 6s. No, maybe I'm thinking about it incorrectly. Why would cauldrons make other cauldrons better? It's just more re-rolls. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. Magic Missile. Do 5 damage for an even dice. Okay. So we'll learn in spell slot 3 and then fight Hothead. That seems like a pretty good spell. It does a lot of damage, even though it requires an even. Throwing burning dice does more damage. Well, hopefully he burns my dice then. So I think we always want Cauldron, because we can re-roll dice. We'll put out an Affliction, so we can just dump a dice, and we'll dump the 4 into Cauldron, and then we'll dump the 5 into Affliction. Gotcha. Burn 1 dice. So we should burn the 6 if at all possible. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, it's Magic Missile is even, right? I can't preview the spell anymore. But you know, if we create it, we can re-roll the 1 until we get an even. So let's create a Magic Missile, re-roll the 1. We'll do 5 damage, and then let's throw a burning dice. It does 2 damage. We're gonna heal after the fight anyway, so I wanted to see what it did. And it does do 2 damage when you throw it. This character is strange. It is, but that's kind of the cool thing about Dicey Dungeon, that every character plays differently, and this one has a weird spellbook that changes as you play. Choose a reward. Burning Light, deal damage and burn a dice, or do damage and shock. I think I'd rather do damage and shock. Burning Light also requires a high roll, whereas Electric Shock requires an even. It still is 50% of all dice, though, but I think Electric Shock seems good because we already have something that requires odds. No, the other lightning ability required evens as well, right? Whatever, we'll take it. I like Shock. Okay, they both require evens. And we should probably put this on 5, so that with an odd we can create an even requiring spell. That seems weird. Magic Shield, odd, add 3 shield. Okay, we'll put that into 4. So now we have another spell. And I guess if we wanted to, we could replace Cauldron with something like Electric Shock. Just so that we have something to do with an even if we get it that does damage and shocks. But Cauldron is nice for re-rolling a dice into another spell. So I guess we'll stick with it because the game has given us that as a start, and I assume the game knows better than me. You can do some crazy min-max shit with the witch. That's what it feels like. Roll 3 extra dice. Well, I feel like I need dice, so let's ult on this turn. We'll get another Cauldron and re-roll a 2. We'll get a Magic Missile out and do 5 damage. We'll re-roll a 6. We'll get another Magic Missile out and we'll do 5 damage and throw a dice. That seems pretty good. You'd want to put all of your expensive spells on cheap dice and vice versa? I think so. That sounds about right. Do 5 damage, do 5 damage. Throw dice. You're dead next turn. Hate that. We took like 14 damage on this fight, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's heal. Let's heal once. Hall of Mirrors, +1 dice this fight for a 6. I hate putting it on 6 because it requires 6, but we'll learn it anyways. And we'll fight the Marshmallow. That's pretty good though. 1 extra dice if you have a 6. It's hard to make that work, but if you roll lots of 6s, you can just be like, alright, well fine. This turn is just about gaining dice. Like, we could almost do it here. Still almost. Now we can do it. So it's Hall of Mirrors. Get an extra dice. This is the permanent, like, per combat buff we can get. We can make ourselves stronger in combat. Let's also get an Electric Shock and a Magic Missile. Then we'll do damage and shock, and then throw a dice. We're not doing anything with the 5, but that's okay. I just don't want him to be able to do 2 things in a turn, and shocking means he can only do 1 thing in a turn. So we can always throw the burning dice if we want for more damage. We also do need to re-roll some things, so re-roll the 1 into a 4. Let's put another Cauldron down, I think, and re-roll the 5 into a 4. I mean, that's pretty good. I like shocking him because that means he can only do 1 thing per turn. We'll at least live and heal the full after the fight, I believe. So re-roll the... What does Magic Missile do? It does like 3 damage, I think. Oh, I have it right here. It does 5 damage. For an even. Which we could get. We could get. We have lethal anyways. Throw the dice, throw the dice, throw the dice. Okay. Level up. Upgraded spell slot or an extra prepared spell slot. Let's go upgraded so we can actually get some permanent value in our run. Although I guess an extra free prepared spell is permanent value, but... Oh, I see, and this is the upgraded spell slot. Okay. Let's put a magic missile there. And even is 7 damage? That's incredible. Let's put an electric shock here, just so we have a couple of spaces for evens. Haven't used magic shield. I much prefer to be offensive than defensive. And I've had, you know, opportunities to use my dice anyways, it feels like. So we can't Hall of Mirrors and have a 6. So we need to probably dump Magic Missile. And we have no more evens. So we can't use Magic Missile or Electric Shock. We can use... No, we have no evens. We can't even use Magic Shield. Let's get a Cauldron out and replace a 3. Well, okay then. I mean, we should still put something out. So we'll put another Electric Shock out there and throw a couple of dice, but that kind of sucked a little bit. I replaced an active Cauldron, but that Cauldron, it was weakened, so it only did 1 damage. It didn't give me a new dice. I wanted to get new dice to try to keep the turn going. But you're dead. You know, if I just want to do 1 damage, I can throw a dice. I don't need to dump it into a weakened Cauldron. So that's why I did that. Fury Spell requires 2 spell slots. Repeat the next attack. That seems pretty good, but it does require a 6, and it takes 2 spell slots. But admittedly, I haven't really been using all of my spells as is. I haven't been using Magic Missile or Hall of Mirrors. But getting double damage from like a 6 Electric Shock seems pretty good. Let's look at the upgrades. Hall of Mirrors requires an even dice, that's pretty good. Electric Shock doesn't require an even or an odd. Magic Missile requires an even to do 7 damage. Magic Shield is 4 block. Infliction is 4 damage. Cauldron can be used twice per turn. Okay. I think I might want to get rid of Infliction and Magic Shield. And just try to see if this will work. I don't understand the icon next to it. Why does this take 2 icon slots? Like, if will this replace Infliction and Magic Missile? I don't know. But I tell you what, we'll learn the spell. It requires 2 2s. That's what it does. Okay. That's interesting. That seems horrifying. It's rather unlikely you're gonna get that to work. I guess what you should do then is probably prepare that spell so you don't have to actually worry about getting it played. That would make sense. So let's Magic Missile. Do 7 damage. And honestly, let's get a Hall of Mirrors out there in case we get some 6s. But I'm not gonna put it in the upgrade slot. You have Hall of Mirrors, you get 2 dice per turn. That scares the crap out of me. I think I gotta kill this guy quickly. So let's reroll let's Magic Missile the 4. Reroll the 5. Make a Cauldron. Reroll it. A 2. Why not? Oh, you can charge the Fury spell. You don't need to spend 2 dice on the same turn, I don't think. Okay. Yeah, so now if we get a 2, we can actually play Fury. Very interesting. Let's reroll the 1. It's a 6. I think we just want to kill this guy quickly. I don't think we want to worry about getting an extra dice, especially because he is actually dead, and we took no damage, somehow. So we'll get more equipment. Magic Spear needs a 6 to do 10 damage. That's extremely good. But I think Electric Shock Fury might be a little bit better. It does require an even, but if we upgrade Electric Shock, it won't. So why don't we... You know what? I'm going to put it on Magic Shield. I'm not using Magic Shield. Although, it's weird. We have a lot of requirements for even dice right now. Everything requires an even dice, it feels like. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Magic Spear as my prepared spell, so it's actually, like, usable. But if we want a 6, we should probably play Hall of Mirrors. Okay, you know what? Cauldron can stay. I feel like I've misbuilt my spellbook, though. Because I don't think there's an option to move spells around. I didn't see one. Put you there. And I guess I'll put you here for the time being. I wanna put something in the upgrade slot, something good. This isn't too bad, I can re-roll those. Well, I have 3 ones, so that kinda sucks. Requires a 6, deal 10 damage? Ugh. You know, give me an upgraded Cauldron. If he's gonna freeze my dice, let's make sure I can actually re-roll these. That seems decent, actually. Why did you do nothing else? Limit Break. Roll me some dice. So if we Hall of Mirrors, we can definitely gain an extra dice, but I think we can kill him. We have plenty of 2s. We can 2, 6, 4 to do 8. I kind of like that. 2, 2. Put the Fury here. Needs a 6. Repeat next attack. So we'll 1, 2, 3. I'm just looking for something better than a 4. I'm looking for a 6, basically. We'll put another Cauldron out there, just so I can do some more re-rolling. That's fine. Repeat next attack. Hit him twice. That doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, the bottom right spell slot is currently upgraded, so anything I put there is upgraded. So we can reroll the 1s, which is nice because he's making me, just throw the dice. He's making me roll 1s, so we want the Cauldron to be in the upgraded slot, I think. Double dice value, duplicate a dice. Duplicate seems nice. What would we put it on? Probably Magic Missile. Because we want more... it feels like we want more evens if we can get them. So if we can get the duplicate out, we can just make more evens. Which means it's easier to play Fury and Magic Spear. Okay, I like it. I like it. And then what do we have in the Cauldron slot? Honestly, let's duplicate, because then if we roll a 4, 5, or 6, we can get a Magic Spear, Electric Shock, or Hall of Mirrors out on turn 1. Let's try it. Needs doubles, set all dice to blank. You know, you duplicate, you skeleton key, and then all of a sudden, you have all 5s or all 6s, if you roll that. And we do need lots of evens, so we could get a lot of 6s out, or a lot of 2s, or a lot of 4s. Yo, okay. What if What if you get rid of Cauldron? And then you put a duplicate out, you duplicate your skeleton key, you set all dice to a number. You need a lot of dice for that. That's a very good point. Skeleton key takes 2 dice to set all dice to a number. You would need like 1 billion dice. That's an extremely good point. We're gonna ignore this. For some reason in my head, I thought it would give me the dice back. That's a very good point. That's -2 dice. I don't want -2 dice on a turn. Hey, it's a dice enemy. How are you getting on with the dungeons? Feeling at home yet? After all, it's not like you're ever gonna leave. Why are you on a table? I mean, he's on a table. Look at the size of the books. So we can duplicate a dice. I think we probably want to duplicate a Magic Spear. Or Fury. But let's go Magic Spear. No. Yes. Then we'll Magic Spear in the upgrade slot. It does 14 damage with a 6. I love it. Now we do need a lot of 6s. But if we get 6s... Oh no, we're frozen! It's the end of the world as we know it! He's done it. Why did it throw a dice? Excuse me. And then we'll Cauldron, roll a dice, Cauldron, roll a dice, and 5 is actually exactly what I wanted. So you're dead next turn, my friend. We should have duplicated it, but we couldn't have done anything with the duplicate anyways. This is a horrible draw. Duplicate, Electric Shock, Magic Spear. Well, I suppose, what if we Cauldron the duplicate slot? No, Cauldron Fury. And change the 1. It's a 4. So give me Electric Shock back, and then we can kill him. Man, shocking sucks for us. We get shocked extremely easily. I could have killed him if I put shock and upgrade and duplicated it. Well, luckily it didn't matter on that turn. No. We're gonna ignore skeleton key. Illuminate. Get 2 times blanks next turn. So you can set up for a duplication. Gotcha. Or bandage to heal for 1 reusable. Illuminate. Get double blanks next turn. You'd want to get double 6s, really. You know, if you get 2 times 6s next turn, then you can just infinitely dump it into Hall of Mirrors, right? No, Hall of Mirrors, sorry, Magic Spear. You get double 6s. Okay, well, double 6s. Magic Spear Fury. Okay, Magic Spear Fury. Okay, Magic Spear Fury. Or Illuminate, Fury, Magic Spear. Every turn, you're gonna get at least 2 6s. I wonder what the upgrade for that is, because I can't tell. But am I going to actually use that? I'm going to say no, but it's a very interesting idea to be able to get so many 6s that you can actually frickin' run with, but you would need to get the 6 to begin with. I'm just going to go. We'll save our money and upgrade. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to change the order of the spells, which is very unfortunate. But I like having a duplicate to start with. That seems pretty useful. Vacuum. I mean, it's useful if you can actually roll the right die, but that's what the Cauldron's for. There you go. So we want Shock to be here, because I have an even. The only thing Shock does upgraded is it doesn't require an even. You can use an odd on it. A 6, a 2, and a 5. This fight might go on for a while. We might want to get Hall of Mirrors out. Mirrors! So why don't we do that? I can't even duplicate Magic Spear. I can get Fury out. I forgot what it did in the upgrade slot. Requires a 6 to use, probably doesn't require 6, probably requires even. But let's Hall of Mirrors, get more dice. Then, do damage, duplicate a 5, reroll the 5 into a 4. Duplicate the 4. Magic Spear can go into... maybe the Electric Shock spot? Requires a 6, but we're gonna get more dice in the future too. And then, honestly, I kind of feel like just throwing dice. Dupe the 6. You're right! I didn't even think about that. I don't know why. That's obviously a pretty nice thing to do. Dupe the 6. Get an extra dice. And probably, honestly, just do damage. But let's see if we can get another 3. Yo, we've done it. So we get another duplicate. We'll duplicate the 6. I don't know why I'm doing this, because we don't need a Hall of Mirrors. Whatever, give me another Cauldron. Electric Shock, sure. Nah, just throw the dice. Once I did it, I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Eat the dice. It's kind of eating the dice. Duplicate a 5. Then reroll a 5. Got 2. I kind of like this because we can 5, 2, 5, 2. Please. And then we'll just throw the dice. I'm not really using Magic Spear because we have to get 6 to make it work. At least we're only getting one thing on this turn. Is it a 6? Is it a 6? No. Get a new dice. What? It's not like knowledge of the previous roll has any indication of what this roll does. Frickin' thing. Whatever. Hall of Mirrors, lovely. That was a 2, so it's a Fury spell. It doesn't matter, you're freaking dead. Get out of here, go die. I know there's a 6, I killed him, don't worry about it. Catastrophe, for 10, inflict shock, burn, and freeze. That doesn't seem that useful, but we're not really using electric shock that much. I feel like I've messed up a little bit in the deck construction, but let's make sure we can actually heal and live through this fight. That's a good roll on a 6. And we have more dice. So, duplicate the 6. Then, Hall of Mirrors. More dice. Hall of Mirrors. More dice. Give me a Cauldron. Reroll the 3. Electric Shock. Shock him. So we have 5 dice now. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And you're gonna do 4 damage to me. We're still alive. But we're gonna die very quickly if we don't kill this man. So honestly, we're gonna just basically get ready to annihilate him. Can we live? If he rolls poorly, we live. He did not roll poorly. No, he did. He can't use the battle axe. I also can't do anything with the dice that I have. Okay, so give me a Cauldron. reroll the 3. Give me a cauldron, reroll the 3. Give me a cauldron, reroll the 2. What am I supposed to do with this? Give me freaking duplicate and then throw the dice, I suppose. Throw the lock dice. We're still alive, but we have to kill him this turn, or else we die. What is with this roll? Okay. Magic Spear requiring a 6 is a pain in the ass without a bump. Let's get an Electric Shock out there. We'll duplicate the 5. Then, Electric Shock. Do damage. This is not gonna work, is it? Because all we have is 2. 2 is not a lot of damage. We don't have a 6. I think we have to look for a new dice with Cauldron. 3 is not what I'm looking for. Let's look again. 5 is not what I'm looking for. Let's look again. Come on. Okay. How about this? Electric Shock. 5. Electric Shock. 3. We'll throw dice. And I think we're dead. All he has to do is hit me once, so yeah, there we go. It was fun, but I think we've definitely built the deck, the spellbook wrong. Challenge complete, unlock episodes. Yo, we can finally do episodes. Complete. There's a lot of challenges. Complete any 4 parallel universe episodes? What? I think we definitely built the deck wrong. We had too much of a reliance on evens without having any way of getting evens. We needed a bump. Maybe the Cauldron would have been better to have out there. Prepared. I don't know. It seems like a very tough character, but very interesting nonetheless. We'll have to play the Witch again next time and try to do better.